Philippines is known for its various traditional festivities that contribute to the preservation of its cultural heritage. Festival is a time of celebration wherein a multitude of people gather at the street to witness the event. And here are the festivals in Visayas. The Dinagyang Festival is a famous and religious and cultural festival in Iloilo City, Philippines, held on the fourth Sunday of January, or right after the Sinulog in Cebu and the Ati-Atihan Festival in Calibo, Aklan. Dinagyang was also voted as the best tourism event 3 times in a row among any other festivals in the Philippines. It is also the most awarded festival in the country because of its legacy, popularity, and innovation. Dinagyang received honors and regarded as a world-class festival and dubbed as the Queen of all festivals in the Philippines. The Ati-Atihan Festival is a Philippine festival held annually in January in honor of the Santo Niño, or Holy Child or Infant Jesus, in several towns of the province of Aklan, Panay Island. The biggest celebration is held during the third Sunday of January in town of Calibo, the province's capital. The name Ati-Atihan means to imitate Ati. The festival consists of religious processions and street parades, showcasing themed floats, dancing groups wearing colorful costumes, marching bands, and people sporting face and body paints. The street parade is known as Sadsad. Even though the festival was given a Christian meaning, the tradition of people painting their face and body in honor of the Eta has continued. The Sandugo Festival is an annual historical celebration that takes place every year in Tagbilaran City on the island of Bohol in the Philippines. The festival commemorates the Treaty of Friendship between Tatu Sikatuna, a chieftain in Bohol, and Spanish conquistador Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. The 16th century peace treaty occurred in March 16, 1565 through a blood compact or Sandugo. The Sandugo Festival is held every July. The Tagbilaran City Charter Day on July 1 kicks off the month-long festival with a Holy Mass and the Sandugo Street Dancing Competition, which is usually held on the third or fourth Sunday of July and organized by the Bohol Sandugo Foundation, Inc. Batan Ati-Ati Malakaran. Participants celebrating this festival put on papier-mâché masks matching prepared costumes. The festival is observed in honor of the Santo Niño with merriment and street dancing along the streets and plaza of the town center for an abundant harvest, prosperity, and peace. A Holy Mass is celebrated on Sunday morning prior to opening the contest proper in a parade of participating tribes. Sinulog Festival or Santo Niño Festival is an annual religious and cultural festival in Cebu. The festival is thought to be the first of the most well-known festivals in the Philippines. It also attracts between 1 to 2 million visitors from all over the country every year, and it gives travelers the opportunity to join Cebu tours to explore the province. Besides the religious part of the celebration, Sinulog is also well known for its street parties before the day of celebration and during the day of the festival. Sinulog is held in celebration of one of the country's most famous historic relics, the Santo Niño de Cebu. This was one of the most important events in the religious history of the Philippines as it paved the way to the birth of Christianity in the country. Binirayan Festival, literally meaning where they landed. The Binirayan Festival remembers the arrival of 10 Bornean Datu, or rulers of indigenous people, on the island of Panay. It is a month-long festival held in Antique province on the island and includes street dancing, parades, cultural shows, and arts and crafts, exhibitions, among other events. San Jose de Buena Vista is the center for most events. The Mascara Festival of Bacolod City is one of the biggest festivals in the Philippines. Believe it or not, the festival has been giving local and international visitors the chance to have fun, drink, and party on the streets of Bacolod for over 30 years now. This annual festival, which is similar to Brazil's Rio Carnival, literally translates to many faces, and is celebrated every October in Bacolod. Because of the smiling faces of the mask, Bacolod City got the nickname of the City of Smiles. The Mascara Festival can trace its roots back in the 1980s and was born out of a crisis. It was during the time when the province's main livelihood, sugar, was priced at an all-time low because of alternatives introduced in the market. Sidla Casilak Festival, one of the unique festivals in the country. An annual festival of lights to be held every first week of September to honor the town's patron Virgen sa Casilak or Our Lady of Light. This annual festival of lights honors the Virgen sa Casilak, patroness of Laon. It also expresses the enduring qualities of the town. The Visayan words silak or rise and silak shine best describe the character of Laon-nanons as they conquer life's adversities and make the best out of their inherent talents and capabilities. The various sectors of the community mount socio-cultural activities during the 10-day celebration that starts on August 30 until September 8. Highlighting the festival is a fluvial procession followed by street dancing and dance of lights competitions. Other contests, all requiring the use of light, are also mounted. Sidla Casilak was inspired by past religious processions in Laon when the faithful would light candles in colorful handheld lanterns or parol, the local version of the parol. Limsawa Sinugdan Festival. On March 31, 1521, the Portuguese leader of a Spanish expedition, Fernando de Magallanes, led his men in celebration of the Easter Mass in the island of Limsawa, or southernmost part of Leyte. That became the first Eucharistic celebration on the Philippine soil, and having been attended by the people of the island, marked the beginning of Christianity in the Philippines. When Magellan landed, Limsawa's chieftain, Raiya Kulambo, and his brother, Raiya Siawi, king of Butuan and Caraga, embraced him and marched with him to the altar prepared for the Mass. While only the Spaniards made offerings, the two kings went up the altar and kissed the crucifix. During the elevation of the host, the two kings knelt with their hands clasped in worship. Overshadowed by the first Mass is another historic event. Pigafetta also recorded that 2 days earlier, Raiya Kulambo and Magellan had entered into a brotherhood pact called Kasi-Kasi. It was executed by offering a drink to God and thrusting a fist to the other party. Thus, Limsawa is the site of the first recorded treaty of brotherhood between the Philippines and the West. Mindful of these historic legacies, Southern Leyte commemorates them in an annual fiesta held in Barangay Magallanes at the island municipality of Limsawa every 31st of March. It is called the Sinugdan Festival. Manggahan Festival. Guimaras is known around the globe for producing the most luscious and the sweetest mangoes. Thus, they have an annual celebration termed as Manggahan Festival. Manggahan Festival is a month-long celebration of Guimaras' rich culture and their feast of thanksgiving for having bestowed a rich land where delicious mangoes are being grown. Originally, it was just a week-long celebration of Guimaras as an independent province since May 22, 1992. But through the years, with all the success that the province has attained, Manggahan Festival has evolved to a more vibrant and fun-filled month-long event. Babaylan Festival. Babaylan Festival in Bago City's major festival held annually every February. Just like other festivals in the country, it is characterized by street dance and arena dance competitions, agro fair, beauty pageant or Diwata Sang Bago, and much more. The interesting nature of Babaylan is the inspiration of the festival in Bago City, which was created to highlight this unique Filipino heritage which can be traced back to the pre-Spanish period. The Babaylan Festival, which was first conceptualized in 1997, was created to also highlight the place's culture, the discover indigenous music of the Bagonhon or residents of the place, its rich history and literature, rituals, and other artistic gifts of its people such as dances. The Pintados Festival of Tacloban City is a Filipino festival with its own unique flavor. One of the much-awaited festivals in Tacloban City, Leyte Province in honor of its patron saint, Señor Santo Niño. It is a combination of two festivals, Pintados and Kasadyaan. This Pintados Festival recalls pre-Spanish history of the native Leytenos from wars, epics, and folk regions. The most anticipated aspect of the Pintados Festival are the festive dancers, painted from head to toe with designs that resemble armor to resemble the tattooed warriors of old. This Pintados Festival helps us to see the value and beauty of the traditions of the country's ancestors. It gives us the opportunity to feel a rare first-hand experience, the experience of culture. Kaamulan was formerly held in the first week of September but in 1996. It was transferred to the present date to synchronize it with the foundation celebration of the province until in 2014. It was moved to the month of August in light of the 100th founding anniversary of Bukidnon. The festival was cited for having great potential to be included in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage lists. The Sambat Mascara Regatta Festival is one of the main festivals in Bohol, specifically celebrated at Luwai. Here is the typical location of the Luwai Sambat Mascara Regatta Festival. Luwai is in the southwest coast of Bohol and at 18 kilometers away from the city of Tagbilaran. Although the town celebrates its feast day in May, the main attraction in Luwai is the celebration of the Sambat Mascara Regatta Festival, which is celebrated amidst the colors of activities such as the Agricultural Industrial Market Fair, musical instrument competitions as the Drum and Bugle competition, and of course, the group masquerade street dancing and the boat races along the river. The event is also highlighted by the fabulous display and parade of the image of Saint Francis Xavier, the Luwai town's second patron to whom the Sambat Mascara Regatta Festival is celebrated in honor. The Sambat Mascara Regatta Festival is celebrated in his honor every first Saturdays of the month of December. Hirinugyaw Suguindanonay Festival. Kalinog, Iloilo is holding one of the most unique and authentic festivals in the province as it celebrates its local identity and roots. Hirinugyaw Suguindanonay Festival started on January 24 and will end on February 2. The presentation has two portions, a combination of the pre-Hispanic celebration of the Suludnons or Panay Bukidnons and the Catholic tradition of Señor Santo Niño. It opens with the Suguindanon segment and ends in Hirinugyaw. The segment also showcases the unique costumes, music, dance, and cultures that make up Kalinog's diverse heritage. Hirinugyaw Suguindanonay Festival is one of the largest indigenous celebrations in Iloilo Province, and it has quickly become a sought-after experience by festival lovers from all over the country. Balibong King Festival is a local religious musical fair in Lubok, Bohol where drums and gongs are played in rhythm. But the drum and gong musical is not just a crowd attraction during the fiesta. It actually reminds Lubocanos of their faith, history, traditions, and folklore. Each year they celebrate the occasion. The colorful Balibong King Festival is held on May 23 to 24 annually. Drums and gongs playing is accompanied by a symbolic dance ritual mirroring the people's belief in their patron called Our Lady of Guadalupe. The Ubi Festival is held every January since 2000. Ubi or Ube means savior for Boholanos. In English, it is commonly known as purple yam or Dioscorea alata. Aside from being an abundant root crop in Bohol, it also is a livelihood for the residents. Since this product can last for 6 months, it is the staple food of the locals. To honor the importance and significance of the root crop, they conceptualized a festival that features cultural activities, cooking contests, movie exhibits, and livelihood seminars on how to cultivate and produce various food products made from ubi. The Bandayan Festival is held at Barangay Lonoy, Jagna to celebrate the canonical erection of the parochial anniversary of Saint Joseph the Worker Parish. All 8 upland barangays of Jagna, which is under the parochial jurisdiction of the parish, participates in the activities. Activities include a 9-day novena in honor of the patron saint, a procession of the image of Saint Joseph the Worker, carpentry and handicrafts fair, an inter-barangay basketball tournament, and last but not the least, the street dancing competition. Celebrated every 27th day of February. The celebration of Banyagan's Bandayan Festival is to honor the town's backyard traditions that had been the main sources of livelihood of its people. The Sangyao Festival is a religious, social, and local celebration held in Tacloban City on June 29. Sangyao means proclaiming news in the Warao language. It was made in the 80s by Imelda Marcos, the first woman before. Her nephew, a former mayor, Alfred Romualdez, resurrected the festival in 2008. The resurrected celebration turned into a major achievement and social contingents took an interest in contending on this side of the region, from warriors performing gatherings of fire celebrations in the nation. Parade of Lights is made up of floats, merrymakers, vocal drums, and bago corp from various Tacloban city schools and barangays. Part of the fiesta celebrations highlight is a dazzling nighttime parade of lights that will shine with the moon and stars, heralded and accented by intensive musicism rhythm, energetic street dancing, merrymaking, an imaginative costume show, and much more. To pay the honor to patron saint, Saint Sebastian Martyr, Silmugi Festival is celebrated. The main feature of this event is the road dancing, which includes a traditional prayer for a bountiful harvest and Ayos Barangay Steak Bar. Silmugi is an old name of the town of Bourbon during the pre-Spanish period. It was so named after the river, which was served as the nearest route for Catholics going to Mass in Saint Sebastian. Silmugi Festival is a celebration that takes place in the town of Bourbon City, in offering honor to patron holy person, Saint Sebastian Martyr. The peoples of Bourbon celebrated the Silmugi Festival with great enthusiasm by performing dance on beautiful roads of Bourbon, and peoples usually likes to wear new clothes on this auspicious event. One of the region's traditional fiestas, locals and foreign visitors should treat witness is the Bailuhay Festival in the southern town of San Joaquin, Iloilo. The annual event, which is slated every third week of January, commemorates the landing of the 10 Pernayan Datus and the historic barter of Panay Island, both of which happened in the shores of San Joaquin. Bailuhay was coined from the Hiligaynon word bailo, which means barter or to exchange. Candoni was derived from the native phrase Candune, which means belonging to Dune, a legendary beautiful maiden named Dionisia who committed suicide after being forced by her parents to marry a man she did not love. Dinagyaw is an adverb, while dagyaw is a verb, a Hiligaynon term, which means a group of people helping each other to perform a specific task. Last February 11, 2014, Hiligaynons had performed their part in celebrating their annual festival parade of Dinagyaw sa Tablas Festival. The Panaad sa Negros Festival, also called simply as the Panaad Festival, sometimes spelled as Panaad, is a festival held annually during the month of April in Bacolod, the capital of Negros Occidental Province in the Philippines. Panaad is a Hiligaynon word for vow or promise coming from the root word saad. The festival is a form of thanksgiving to divine providence and commemoration of a vow in exchange for a good life. The celebration is held at the Panaad Park, which also houses the Panaad Stadium and is participated in by the 13 cities and 19 towns of the province. For this reason, the province dubs it the mother of all its festivals. Kalilangan Festival. This festival displays unique ethnic rites, traditions, rituals, and other forms of social, economic, and political activities. This fiesta also caters to different events like sports competition, dancing competition, singing competition, and other forms of entertainment. Kalilangan Festival is an exceptional tradition. It is a form of entertainment and art that provides information while still being creative. It gives people an opportunity to learn the city's culture and history while showing it in an artistic way. This tradition was nurtured by their rich cultural heritage that has proven itself to stand strong through time and remain thriving with its people. Dinagsa Festival. Just like in most provinces who celebrate the festival every January in honor of the Santo Niño, the Cadiz City also has its own version of this festival, which began in the year 1972. Dubbed as Dinagsa Festival, was the brainchild of some of the members of the Samaria House Council of Cadiz City, a lay religious organization of the Catholic Church. Dinagsa was coined after an event in the past where several whales were drifted on the shores of the said city. The word dagsa means driftage. This is also why Cadiz City is tagged the City of Whales.